Hello, welcome to Simon's Shed and welcome to layout update number 1 of the layout that is based on the Severn Valley Railway. Now that's a bit long-winded as a title, and I like to give my layouts a name just because I can put something in the YouTube video title and sort of group them all together. So I thought SVR, Severn Valley Railway, how about Shed Valley Railway? So we keep it as SVR. But yeah, the layout's actually called the Shed Valley Railway, so that's what I'm going with for now. Obviously if this video has a different title then I thought of something better, but we'll stick with that for now. So yeah, it's been a while, I've forgotten how to do these, so let's see what's coming up. Insulation, helixes, destructive cats, rolling stock research, and track plans. Yes, I have finally started to insulate the shed. I've not got very far. Let me just show you a more zoomed out view. I came up with a sort of technique of using, you can just see it on there in those cans on the top shelf, it's vinyl flooring adhesive spray, and spraying that on the wall and then sticking the fiberglass or whatever kind of insulation that stuff it is, that nasty stuff that gets in your hands if you don't wear gloves, and that holds it up while you're sorting out the boards, of which I've done a grand total of 1. We can see that, but it's a start. I then got seconded to other DIY projects in the house. Oh sorry, 2 boards, hooray! So you have to use your imagination as to what the rest of it will look like when it's actually finished, but at least I made a start. A quick word about Bodnam Woods. The toolbox there is deliberate. There's a very good reason for putting that there, and that is, as I mentioned in the introduction, destructive cats. I came in and noticed that some damage had been done here and here. Looks like a hurricane's ripped through this field, and I suspected something had fallen off here and splattered onto the trees, but there was nothing there. And there was nothing on the floor, so it was a bit of a mystery until a couple of days later I came in and found the cat lying here on top of the trees, and yeah, she apparently decided that's the best place to sleep, which is annoying and really bizarre because it's been there for a year and she's not bothered with it at all. So yeah, for now, until I get around to fixing it and finding some more permanent way of keeping the cat off there, that's just there to block the cat from doing any more damage. So yeah, it's all a bit of a mess at the moment. I've got to straighten the trees back up and repair the station. So yeah, that's a quick update on Bodnam Woods. So I have been doing a lot of research on the rolling stock that's used at the Severn Valley Railway, and making spreadsheets of what is available and whether it's in service, and you know, whether it's been used in the recent past, and liveries, and yeah, not very interesting to look at. It, as you can see, the green line there is for the one that we've already got, that I've showed you previously, which is the pannier tank. So there's that. Also been looking at the coaches, and as you can see we've got 2 green lines on there because I have bought, I decided to start with the easiest one, which is the Marquand Maroon rake. There's various rakes of coaches. There's LNER teak rake that they've got. That's a little bit tricky because Dapol do some teak N-gauge coaches, but they don't do I think it's the tourist third open, which there's 4 of those in the Rake, and there's no way to sort of get the right sort of configuration. It's fairly obvious difference. The Dapol third class teak coaches have loads of doors, they're just the normal third class coaches, I think, but the tourist third opens that are on the Severn Valley Railway, in terms of the window and door layout, look completely different. With all of this, I think the approach I'm going to take is I probably just will get the wrong coaches, you know, get some Dapol teak coaches, enough to make up a Rake, and use the wrong ones, and then once everything else is finished, if that's the only thing that's bugging me, then I can look into, you know, whether there's a kit that I can build, or maybe they've got round to making a different type of coaches by then. But I'm not going to let it worry me until, you know, the layout's built and all the scenery's built and stuff. As long as there's some nice looking teak coaches running around, that'll be fine as a starting point. And as I say, if it bugs me when everything else is done, then that's the time to get round to coach numbers and loco numbers and slight variations in livery and things like that. I think as a pragmatic starting point, just don't worry about it, and as long as it looks right from where I'm viewing it from. I mean, most people, unless they knew exactly what the Severn Valley Railway rolling stock was, wouldn't notice anyway, probably. If it bugs me, I'll look into, you can get sort of 3D printed coach sides and different kits and things. The fact that there's no layout at all sort of overrides that concern for now. On that theme, as I say, the 2 Maroons Marquands I bought are the restaurant car. These are Farish, Graham Farish, and really nice looking Marquand coaches. This is the wrong type of restaurant car. It's not the same one as on the Severn Valley Railway, but like I said, I'm not going to let that worry me just yet. And I think this is correct. This is a first open. Another nice Farish Marquand. You can see the first class stickers in the window. So that's those. Whoops. So yeah, couldn't resist buying those because they were available, and a lot of the others seem to have sold out everywhere. So I've been looking on eBay. I can't seem to get any non-weathered second open. I think it's the second open I need 3 of, but they're all the weathered versions, and the Severn Valley tend to keep their rolling stock pretty clean, most of it. So I wanted the pristine versions, and if I need to add a bit of light weathering at some stage, I can. So yeah, I haven't completed this yet, but there's a Marquand, a Caramine Cream set, and there's an LMS set as well, which is Maroon, and a lot of these I need to check whether it's actually the right coat. Like the LMS set, a lot of the Severn Valley Railway ones are the ones with round windows, and they just don't do those off the shelf in Engage at the moment. And here are the GWR coaches as well. So yeah, a lot of these need checking, but it's a start. So with the boards I bought to insulate the shed, I thought it'd be much more interesting to actually use them to try and build a helix. So I built one rotation. Now this is the same sort of principle that Everard Junction used on his how to build a helix video, so I've just done exactly the same as that, but adjusted the sort of height value for N-gauge. So you can see we've got it just higher than an N-gauge train there, and I've tried to make it as gentle. So that's my assistant Harry.
Another train.
We'll try another train in a minute. So yeah, Harry's going to help me test the helix. Okay, so Harry, press the forward triangle. That's it, and give it some power. The track's a bit dirty.
Slow it down a bit. I slowed it down a bit. I slowed it down a bit.
That's good driving, yeah. So you can see with 3 coaches, the wheels are already starting to slip. And let's see if it gets up the hill this time. Go. Oh dear. What's happening to the wheels? Look.
Is it not strong enough?
That's right, it's not strong enough.
The track isn't.
Well, the locomotive isn't. So, if we add some weight onto it, let's see what happens. No. Just spinning the wheels. So what else have we got to weigh it down?
Why is it broken down? I don't know why it's broken down.
No. This is a bit daft, isn't it? Yeah. Try it now.
It's going.
Okay. So it does 4. How much power is that? A little bit.
I don't know how you made it work.
Put some weight on the train, on the loco, look. It does do it, you know. Just a lot of weight to add on. A lot of weight.
Can it move with a battery on the top? That.
Well, it is. So, to get the pannier up the slope, we had to add nearly 50 grams of weight to pull 5 coaches. So, now you can get stuff called liquid gravity, which you can stick underneath or in the cab or something, but I'm not sure how dense it is, but to get 50 grams of it in there, I don't think it's going to be possible. Get some juice.
Is that juice?
That's only a tiny bit of juice and it's easily pulling them. Easy.
Is that enough juice?
Yeah, it's enough juice.
Well, it got juice inside.
It's got juice inside it. It sends the juice to the track and the train drinks the juice for energy.
How does it drink the juice?
Through its wheels. Ready to stop?
And stop. Bye. What did I say? Bye.
So there we are. There are a lot of problems with N-gauge and Helixes. I'm sure it'd be absolutely fine if all the locos I was planning to run were 12-wheelers with 12 powered wheels, but yeah, I think it's asking a lot by the looks of it of a 6-wheeler tank engine to get up any kind of gradient, certainly pulling any number of coaches. So before I did those tests I had started on the track plan, so I will show you the first version of the track plan so far. This was the idea here. The black sort of boxes are backboards, in other words this bit behind here and this bit here is all hidden and off scene. So yeah, this is the Kidderminster end. I've actually spent a fair bit of time getting the scale of these elements, such as this terraced, this is a terraced row here, and that's a pub. So this is all pretty much to scale, you know, things like the platform and so on. I think I reduced this huge grey bit is the car park, which was even bigger. I have reduced that a bit because it's, you know, you don't want to model just a car park. We've got the modern station here, the Severn Valley Railway station there, and the platform, and you've got 4 tracks with a head shunt, would you call that? You know what I mean, which is the real layout. You've got, this is pretty much the real track plan, apart from there's a couple more sidings actually that I've removed just for space reasons. The angle of this is slightly different again for space reasons, but really it's pretty true to the actual layout of the Severn Valley Railway station at Kidderminster. The big cheat is this siding here, which this is correct. There is a little yard and a little building for the museum and cafe, I think. But this is a building taken from further up the line, which is a carriage shed. And as you can see by the black bits there, it's supposed to be hidden. So that is so that I can cheat and loop around the train, so I can actually run it in a continuous loop if I want to, or I can just pull into the station as they would in real life. So I just wanted, I know it's a huge cheat, but I just wanted to give myself the option of running it in a continuous loop. And yeah, I don't care whether it's a big cheat because it's my layout. Yeah, and this stops here because it's the Helix, or what was going to be the Helix, and it was going to go under there, sort of slightly under the board, to a sort of lower level fiddle yard. So yeah, we've got these going into the Severn Valley line. If we look a bit further along, we've got a turntable and a little yard area, which is as it is in real life, and the tracks join up to make one track for the Severn Valley. Now this is where I've started cutting out bits. There are allotments there, but they're a bit further along, so I thought that'd be good to model. This is a canal and a bridge over it, an arched bridge, which is there. Again, there's a bit cut out here, between here and here. There's the safari park. Again, there's more of a gap. It doesn't immediately hit the safari park as soon as you go over that bridge, but obviously it's a model and not the real thing. So yeah, the commuter line Birmingham to Worcester sort of commuter line, so the 2 tracks for that will go along here, and again the black bit is the backboard, so they will be then hidden. And the idea was that they would go around down the Helix underneath, so they go down, yeah, around the Helix underneath, back up the Helix up here, and then back round again. But that's obviously going to have to change by the looks of it. What we got here? Oh yeah, the poppy field. You get this a lot in pictures of the Severn Valley Railway. There's I thought that'd be really interesting to try and model that. There's a huge field, or a couple of fields, that are just covered in poppies. So yeah, I thought it'd be really good to try and get some representation of that. So here the Severn Valley line comes down. As I say, these are hidden, so ignore those. And the back scene will be continuing around here. This is the River Severn, and where it crosses here, obviously the track actually goes over the river, not under the river like it does there. I think that's Victoria Bridge, so that would be where I could attempt to model that. And this is a smaller representation of a real reservoir that's there. I want to say Trimpley, but I'm not sure if it is. But anyway, there is a reservoir there, so we could do that, and we could model the whole of this bit of the River Severn. So once you've crossed over here, obviously this is the high bit and this is the lower bit of the valley, so that would make sense. If you were looking at it from this angle, you'd be able to get a good view of the valley, the side of the valley. This is a cut down representation of the engine house at Highley. Of course, yeah, that's Highley station, which does conveniently curve round like that, and it is next to the engine house. So lots of challenges there, lots of things to model. I think what I've done is Highley station's actually on this side, but it doesn't really make sense to be looking at the back of the station. It seemed a bit daft, so I've just cheated and swapped over the station to the other side of the tracks because it will look a lot better on the model. So yeah, that was going to go around and join this Helix back down, across, back up here, and then like that. So yeah, I spent a lot of time on this bit getting it all nicely to scale, as realistic as I could. I've been a bit quicker with this bit. I've not sort of filled in all of the details yet, and like things like this isn't nearly, if I was to do this correctly, this arched bridge, it would take up most of this side of the shed, so had to cut that down a little bit. So the question is, if we can't do the helixes practically, you know, without ending up tearing my hair out, what can we do? So I had another look at it, and decided to simply, where the helix was here and the helix was here, just to join it up with probably a removable non-scenic bridge bit. So literally just a plank with the 3 tracks to join the 3 tracks here. Now the disadvantage of that, I kind of like the idea of it having to go all the way around here, taking ages and ages, all the way under the boards, again taking ages, and back up, because that would have allowed me to run multiple trains on the same track without it looking too crowded. So you could have had at least 2 trains on there following each other without crashing into each other, and without it, you know, them racing past every 5 seconds, racing past the point you were viewing. So if we cut out the helixes, we lose that, and we also lose the lower level fiddle yard, which is more of an issue really, because I can't think of a way of, there's just no room to fit in a fiddle yard. You can see I've only just really, this is all the same as it was on the other plan. I might have tidied it up a little bit around here, and adjusted this a little bit to fit more of the, as you can see I haven't finished, so I've moved the Hiley station to over here and the engine house to there, and I've not finished with this bit yet. So yeah, if I put a fiddle yard in here, coming off here or something, it's going to be the same height as the rest of the scenic stuff, so it's going to block my view and it's going to block the camera's view when I'm filming it. So I'm not really sure what to do. It'd be a shame to have to scrap the fiddle yard altogether. So that is where we're up to at the moment. The only other option, and thanks to Richard Tarr for this, he's been throwing lots of ideas at me, which is great, was to use, just have one helix and just use it as for going down. Now he didn't realise that I had a helix at this end and a helix at that end, so obviously one of them's got to be up, but actually it could still work, in as much as if we just have a single track going down a helix, we could then have the lower fiddle yard just connected to that one track. It could then go around around here, and it could use the whole of this side, to get back up to the right height. But I'm actually not sure if that would be any, I mean, it looks like a long way, got a couple of meters and a couple of meters, but actually there's a lot of track in a helix, so it may not even be any shallower in terms of the gradient. So even that, just that single loop of helix, the inside radius being 12 inches, was still, what, like 1.8 meters of track to get up, you know, 3-4 centimeters tops. So here you'd have 4 meters. If we could manage to squeeze it in to be 4 centimeters low, then obviously it'd be 1 in 100, which is pretty, you know, a pretty gentle gradient. So I'll do an experiment at that and see if that's low enough to get it underneath. Probably not. I think it's looking likely that it'll be the simple solution of just forget the fiddle yard and just have the removable bridge to get back to the start. But anyway, I've waffled on for long enough now, so thanks very much for watching. Please comment and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'll leave you with a nice slow motion shot of Tornado that I did with my fancy new iPhone slow motion camera. See you soon. Still recording you. Yeah. Let's get Mr. Right, I'm not putting that out on the video.